So hello, I am Danielle Guizzo from the University of Bristol,
Hi, and I'm Andrew Meerman from the University of Leeds.
and welcome to this Economics Network video. And we're going to present you with Adam Smith's relevance and his work for the teaching of economics today. So if you've already watched the video that we discussed reproductive labor, you have seen how Adam Smith's work can be applied to care work. And in this video, we're going to focus on a key concept in his treatment of growth, which is productive labor.
Yeah, Smith held that, along with the division of labour, the proportion of productive labour relative to the whole were a major driver of the wealth of a nation. So it's really core to his thinking.
Hmm. Productive labor is the labor which creates value as opposed to just redistributing value. And this latter for Adam Smith is unproductive labor. So it doesn't mean that it's without worth, but it's what Adam Smith called as services and professions, which were also important for the development of society in a broader sense, including what we would know as professional services today, such as lawyers and teachers. And Andrew, I know this is something you've discussed in class, right?
Yeah, we've discussed it in a second-year economics course on theories of growth, value, and distribution. Students find this productive-unproductive distinction intuitively appealing, if a little bit troubling for them in their own career plans. They don't like to think of themselves as unproductive labour. But they can also see its relevance in discussions around industrial structure and the loss of manufacturing, and how this might link to productivity growth rates in advanced economies.
And I know that you've done a second exercise as well, right?
Yeah, we asked students to consider whether Smith's concept of productive labour might help some current patterns of wage earners. So we looked at the category of key worker, which obviously became defined during the COVID pandemic. And that label, key worker, confers some sort of value on those people. However, as we can see from the data from the UK Office for National Statistics, on key worker wages, these workers are also often amongst the lowest paid.
Mm, indeed. And we can see as well, though, that some of the categories, for instance, telecoms, would appear to fit a picture that productive workers get paid more, security people get paid more.
Yeah, and health workers get paid a range of salaries.
Mm. Yeah, so in the end, students thought that there was more going on rather than just think about one sector category per se. There's more to it.
Yeah, so we also, for instance, drew on Smith's concept of bargaining power and how some key worker wages could be thought of in terms of Smith's general understanding of labour market dynamics, which is partly a scarcity view, um, consistent with his idea of market price.
Mm. No, and I guess too that some of the wage differentials could be explained through Smith's early work on compensating wage differentials.
Absolutely. I think what we also found interesting was that this concept illustrates that, after all, Adam Smith was a moral, political, and social thinker, and a lot of that thinking is reflected in his economics.
Mm. Indeed. So overall, we found that bringing Adam Smith's concepts really gave us some very useful tools for thinking about current labor markets today. And if you've not watched our video about Smith and the concept of reproductive labor, so please take a look. We're going to share the link here for you, and we see you on the next video. Bye bye.
Thanks for listening.